and sell tutorial. I'll link it in the gauge artistic wire. We are going to turn one end with the smallest part of the other wire flush and do the same thing. Just turn the end and then do a little half bend to center that. And then we will get our flat pliers. These are the Xuron tweezer nose pliers, and we're going to bend loop up at a right angle on both wires. So once we have those two pieces completed, a piece of 18 gauge artistic wire. I'll link up all my materials in the description below. We're going to times as you like. And we want to make sure the coil is nice and tight and bend the 18 gauge wire out to add our beads. So I'm going to put an 8mm miracle bead and then a metal spacer bead and another miracle bead, another spacer bead, and then one more miracle bead. Going to take the other 16 gauge wire and just put the 18 gauge wire through the loop and hold it firmly in place and wind the wire around the base wire. So really hold those beads, firmly push the wire around the base wire. We're going to go around about 3 tuck in shape. Now hold the end with the flat pliers to do an additional little twist to make it more slim. The same on both sides. Do the same number of twists, squeezing it with the tweezer nose pliers. Go back and forth to make sure they're even. Twist it to make sure. With that, you can clip the ends with the flush cutters. I've cut my wires way too long, but better too long than too short. You can pinch in that little pokey end on both sides. So we can just do that by hand, straighten it out. Now we're going to put it on the artistic wire bracelet jig. I'll link that up in the description below, and bend the wires around either side. If you large pill bottle, so we're going to bring the end. You can adjust those little loops if you need to bring them in a little bit to hug the beads. If you're happy with that, remove it from the jig, get your bail making pliers, and bring the wires around the bail making pliers to do a little bit of a hook there. So on one side, we're going to make a hook, our small round nose pliers, to make a teeny loop to finish the end. So it's not flat pliers, so that loop is really small, and pinch it in so it's not pokey, and you can squeeze it. We're going to do the loop on the other side. We're going to make a closed loop, center that loop. We're going to clip it. If your wire was longer, you can wind that end around, but you can also just clip it flush. We're going to give it a little bit of a half, and you can also adjust the hook to bring it in a bit so it's easier to hook it. Just go in with your bail making pliers, do any little adjustments that you need, and then it will be able to hook right in there. And there you have your very beautiful, simple bracelet. This is a great bracelet that you could sell at craft shows. And you could do a multitude of beads that don't fit on the 16 gauge wire. And I have another simpler design for beads that have larger holes and that will fit right on the 16 gauge wire. I will